Welcome back, you beautiful people. I feel like this is the perfect arena to rest my case. This is the perfect foundation in any shape and form to ride in the winter. It's the hardtail. You're probably asking why. I'll tell you why. Simplicity in its finest form is one thing I'm gonna argue on this, that the hardtail is the best bike for winter's riding. No little pockets in those linkages where mud will collect and start to decay your rig. Not that that's gonna happen, but when it comes to cleaning it at the end of your ride, the hardtail is the most simplest thing to keep clean. Now with a good mud guard, you can pretty much keep the mud off your bike, as well as your face and your chest. Simplicity is what you need when you're out riding in the winter months, the hardtail. Now, some hardtails aren't as simple as this one. Some would have a 3x10 gear, so you'll have gears on the front and a mech. Now, when you proper mud plug in, mud's gonna get in here, even on the back, and it's gonna start skipping those gears. But hey, that's all part of riding in the winter. Another one is a dropper post. And some other hardtails don't even have a dropper, which is fine. It just adds a little bit more complexity to that ride when you're riding some more technical, steeper trails out there in the winter months. But hey, it doesn't matter. Cost is another reason why the hardtail is better suited for those winter months. Because of bike of this caliber with its componentry on it and its price, you get a lot more. With a bike that is a full suspension, the same cost as this, you're probably not gonna get as much. So where's this all going, Blake? Well, I'll tell you what. Why would you ride an 8 grand bike in the mud, plug in it, and all those linkages and all those expensive goodies, where you can just have a hardtail with none of that and a simple form, and just go and ride and leave it in the garage and go back to it. No maintenance. Cost. So where am I going with this? Why ride an expensive bike through the winter months and kill it, then spend more money fixing it for the summer months? The list of parts that you would need to replace, it's endless. Now the hardtail, being a more budget-friendly rig, mud plugging through those winter months is no issue. Yes, you'll need a few maintenance hours, but to replace less than half the parts you would on a full sus. Like I've mentioned, its simplicity makes it a very durable bike for those winter months riding. It's hard wearing and it's easy to keep clean. Why would you want all those linkages to keep clean? Make sure they don't squeak in those winter months. It's the simple things in life that count, the hardtail. But I've got more. And something that is durable, hard wearing, and simple is something that you don't really baby as much. Now, for example, I have some nice, fancy full suspension bikes that I like to keep clean, make sure they're nice and squeaky clean and ride really well. Whereas with the trusty Scout hardtail, keyword trusty, it just means good old faithful. So something that you're not gonna baby or care much about, you're gonna have a lot more fun on this bike. Why? Because you're not worried you're gonna scratch it, you're not worried you're gonna go into those winter months and ride in all the mud. It's a bit like having a fancy car and a real crap car. The fancy car, you're gonna be cleaning it constantly, like every day or every Sunday. You're gonna be cleaning it more than driving it. Whereas the crap car, you don't care about it. You use it to its full potential. What it's meant for, getting you from A to B, lugging your bike around. It's a bit like the hardtail and a full sus. Hardtail, it doesn't matter. You're gonna use it to its full potential. The fast car or the smart full suspension bike, you wanna be keeping that thing clean every time you go out riding on it. Why? You spend more time cleaning than you're riding. This, you spend more time riding than you're cleaning. Another valid point I'm gonna point out is you're gonna be a hell of a lot warmer riding a hardtail than you're gonna be a full sus. You're probably wondering, what are you going on about, Blake? Well, dude, this thing's gonna rattle the hell out of you and your muscles are gonna be working overtime to keep this thing in line down a rough bit of trail. Yeah, so your muscle's gonna be all nice and warm, hence keeps you warmer. Also, running a hardtail on the simplest of trails, it's gonna make it more entertaining than riding on a full suspension bike. That is true. That's why I think the hardtail is better for those winter months riding. All those points add up. So the question is, do you have two bikes? One for those winter months and one for those summer months? Or are you one of those fair weather riders? You don't even go out in the winter. Some people do. It's snowing. You can't, really. I have two. I have a hardtail and a full sus. There you go, that's my case on why the hardtail is the best. See you at the next one. See ya.